Arizona in the house, Seattle in the house, Ohio. Which internet products or services? We will talk about which ones make the most sense. Michelle from California. What up, New Zealand? What time is it in New Zealand? We got people all over the world. I love it. What's up? What's up? If you're just tuning in, we're going to get started here in about a minute and a half. We're waiting for some more people to get on. We're going to talk about the power of making money online. We're going to talk about my favorite side hustles and the most profitable online businesses to start. And we're going to teach you how to make some money online. This is internet money. So go ahead and comment where you're watching from below. And if you guys want to share this, we're giving away a couple signed copies of some books. I got my book. I got Ryan Serhant, my friend's book signed, Sell It Like Serhant. Tony Robbins' money book. And my book, which is over here somewhere. 6 months to six figures. We're giving away a couple copies. What's up, Rod? Toronto in the house. Gus, New Zealand. I love it. 12 o'clock. Cool. It's lunchtime. It's 5 o'clock. By the way, if you guys are wondering if this is live, this is 100% live. It is actually 5 o'clock right now. Pacific time. I'm in San Diego. All right. Kim, Ohio in the house. What up, guys? All right. More people are getting on. We're going to go ahead and get started. 3 a.m. gang. Some of you guys are tuning in from all over the world. All right. Let's get started. Make sure you guys can see my screen. Hold on one second. All right. Can you guys see that? Are we ready to go? Give me a thumbs up if you could see it. Perfect. Okay, cool. So you guys are good? All right. Welcome, guys. I am excited. We're going to go about 60 to 90 minutes today. And before the webinar ends, you're going to learn exactly how to make money online and why most people don't, either as a side hustle or a full-time income. Okay. This is one of my favorite topics on the planet. And my promise to you today is that I'm going to pull back the curtain of my personal internet money playbook and share the exact 3-step system I've used to make 6 to 7 figures in 9 different online industries. I'm also, because I've been asked so much the last couple of months, I'm also going to share the 8 most lucrative, proven, and profitable ways to make money online and how to start now. I'm also going to share the 3 biggest avoidable mistakes that cause the majority of people to fail online. And most importantly, freedom is so important to me right now, especially with having 2 under 2 newborn. I want to talk about how that ties into freedom. How many of you guys would like to claim a little more of your freedom back? How many of you guys want to kind of work on your terms and work from your cell phone and from your computer? Raise your hand. Let me see if I'm talking to the right group. Roger, Carlos, Panos, Chris, Tony, yes. Lois, Ugo, Ruthie, everybody, right? So there's 3 rules when we first begin. Okay, we're going to have some fun. Okay, the world's too serious. I want to have fun and I want you guys to enjoy yourself, all right? I promise to give 110% to you, but I want this presentation to be interactive. I want you guys to give me feedback. My energy comes from you guys, okay? So if I ask a question, make sure you put your thumbs up or comment below and really let me know if you're getting value, all right? And the last thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand is you'll take action, okay? If I tell you to take action on something, you're the action takers. You're going to actually do it, right? If there's opportunities, you're going to take action, because right now, we're in a now or never moment, all right? And it's an interesting time, but for those who stay till the very end, okay? For those who stay till the very end, you have 3 very important advantages. 1, you're going to get my internet money playbook, the PDF. It's almost finished and it's being created. You're going to be the first people to get my internet money playbook. It's a guide and a a book that you can use to fill out exactly your plan to make money online. 2, you're going to get the exact 14 ways I've made 6 to 7 figures total, and you're going to learn all the different industries. So the last thing I'm going to talk about at the very end is the 14. I've actually added one. So 15 different ways I've made money to give you more ideas. And 3, you're going to get the slides and the recording. So that's why there's an incentive to stay online. And I have kind of a unique offer at the end that I've never really done this way, and I probably won't do again. And I think you'll be excited about it. So if you enjoy the training and want to go deeper and check that out, that'd be awesome. It'll make the next couple of months a lot more fulfilling, help you gain some clarity in these uncertain times. And I've been working on this since last year, and I want to share it with you. So that'll be at the end as well. But I want to acknowledge you first, okay, for investing your time in personal growth. You're somebody who believes in the power of investing in themselves. Time is more important than money. And I'm sure that you, because you're here, you're spending your time wisely, but you're the type who understand the benefits and the payoff. You're the action takers. You're the ones who don't wait for opportunity, you create. So there's no one I'd rather be spending time with today than you guys. Forbes says less than 10% of people invest in themselves, and you guys invested your time to be here. So you're the cream of the crop. You're the overachievers, the action takers, and the leaders. So much respect to you. I want to hang out with people that want to better themselves, who realize they could learn a bunch of things on their own, but it's easier to cut their learning curve in half by learning from others. It'll make it a lot more effective. So congratulations on being amazing. A lot of people out there, they don't spend time watching trainings like this. You and I are here to make it happen. People out there assume that they can get information on YouTube and just kind of learn on their own, and they don't ever cut their learning curve in half. So much respect to you guys, but you're in the right spot at the right time. This is a now or never moment, right? I don't get scared often, but I'm scared for the people who don't take this time serious, as they're going to get crushed the next couple months. Have you ever in your life looked in the mirror and thought, man, I thought I'd be further ahead, or I wish I would have prepared for this crisis? We're living in such a crazy time right now. The jobs we once thought were secure are not secure anymore. The bank account you thought was secure isn't looking so good. You're not alone, and there are millions of others that feel that way. But the question I had to ask myself is what I'm going to do about it. And now more than ever, it's time to double down on your learning and take advantage of all the opportunities. So there's good and bad news right now. Right now, there's a global market crash. 95% of people are stressed, underpaid, overwhelmed, frustrated, discouraged. I think just the last month, 18 million people lost their jobs. Businesses are going bankrupt in unprecedented rates. And as this recession continues, there's a lot of fear, right? I know somebody who went to 8 years of college, had the same job 15 years, and she got fired with no notice and no support, right? You really find out who has your back in times of crisis. Sometimes people think big companies and corporations have their back when they don't. Some people think colleges have their back or the government has their back. Well, we found out the last year or two, the only person you can count on is yourself. And you're all you got. So you got to start moving different, because the plans that people had a year ago are no longer relevant, right? So let me ask you this. How many of you guys right now have someone counting on you, or someone that's inspired by you, or you're the rock for someone else? Raise your hand. Ted, Ray, CJ, Ugo, Clint, Angela, Ruthie, Gus, Chad, Dan, Christ, Kristen, Shell, Lucas, Carlos, Anastasia, a lot of you guys, right? So you're not here just for you. You're here to better yourself. You're here to learn and grow. You're here to make money for the people around you as well. So you got quite a responsibility, right? So it's a scary time. Over 30 million US workers will lose their jobs because of AI. New weekly figures show almost 40 million people lost their jobs since the pandemic. This is crazy, right? But here's the positive side. Here's the positive side. The biggest transfer of wealth in US history has begun. This is the greatest time in human history to be alive if you have the right perspective. There's 1,700 new millionaires created every single day in the US, and over 50,000 per month. And that number is expected to double the next 6 months. More wealth is being created than ever. There'll be numerous opportunities that will arise over the next couple of months. And it's important that you prepare yourself for those opportunities, not just for you, but for the people counting on you. Credit Karma, Venmo, WhatsApp, Uber, Groupon, Instagram, Pinterest, Slack were all started during a recession. So why do I bring this up? Well, most people make the mistake of thinking that when things are tough, when there's an economic downturn, they need to be super conservative and protect what they have. But that's not true. Right now, you got to be thinking proactively. You need to level up and be a forward thinker, right? The game has changed. And there's so many articles and so much data and facts coming out every single month about how this is the greatest wealth transfer of all time. And I want you guys to be on the positive end of that. This is someone from one of our programs that we have that's in his early 20s. I started with a 30K student loan, 30K student loan in February, and now I'm around 2 million. Peter Voog says it right. Greatest transfer of wealth is happening in 2021. So this kid made over almost $2 million. Okay. There's so much money to be made, but most people just don't know how to make it. And here's the opportunity cost of not knowing. You're leaving thousands of dollars on the table, not knowing these simple but powerful facts. And here's what's crazy. The game has changed and it hasn't told a lot of people. Most people don't know this. So what worked a couple of years ago doesn't work anymore. I know 18, 19, and 20-year-olds making millions, and hardworking, dedicated, loyal 50-year-olds that are dead broke. How does that happen? It's a tragedy, right? But one says they have 20 years of experience, but in reality, they only have 1 year repeated 20 times because they're doing the same thing. If you're not getting better every year, investing in yourself, adapting and changing and growing, you're not any better than you were the year before. So a lot of people are stubborn. They don't want to learn. They don't want to bet on themselves. They don't want to grow. They want to do the same thing they've been doing. And that's why a lot of these younger generation kids are making millions, because they're willing to adapt, willing to pivot, willing to bet on themselves and invest in themselves, right? So there's 3 truths that never change, okay, that never change in this new economy that I want to share. There's 3 truths to this new economy. First, you can make more money in a down time than you ever could in great times, okay? People are in fear. You can create more market share. It's easier to negotiate, right? If you're certain. So you can make more money. Actually, I think it's 76% of the Fortune 500 companies were either started in a recession or depression. You can get maximum profit when there is maximum pessimism. You can get maximum profit when there's maximum pessimism. And the third truth came to me in a form of an experience when I first got into sales. This was 2008, 2007, 2008. And I dropped out of business. I dropped out of college to pursue business, to pursue my own venture. I go against everybody around me. I'm feeling lonely, frustrated. My business is not picking up any momentum. I'm throwing things against the wall. I'm working 80 hours a week. I'm starting to think that everyone was right and I have to go back and get a 9-to-5 in my hometown. And I'm working so many hours. And someone tells me, hey, I have a meeting that I have someone I want you to meet. Every week we do meetings where successful people share ideas and things like that. And I was like, I don't want to go to that. I'm too busy. Think about how funny that is. I'm too busy to learn how to be more successful so I can actually succeed. But I said I was too busy. I finally, a couple of weeks go by, I get desperate. I see the guy again. He says, I say, hey, are those meetings still going on? Little did I know that was called a mastermind. It was just a mastermind group of a small amount of people, some business owners in the local area. I was a younger kid, but he said, yes, you're welcome to come as my guest. So I come. This is 2008, by the way. The recession already hit. So this is the last recession. I'm stressed out. I'm from a super small town of 6,000 people. So my small town mindset was keeping me small-minded. In my head, in a small town, when there's a recession, there's no money to be made. In my head, I'm thinking the money's dried up. I have to save for a rainy winter. I have to hoard. I have to have a scarce mentality. And I'm nervous because I don't think I'm ever going to make money till the recession's over. And I go to this meeting. Someone successful is up at the front. Someone that had a great lifestyle that I wanted to emulate. So I really took a liking and I learned some things that I've never heard before that gave me a new sense of inspiration. But one statement he said changed my entire life, and I'll never forget it. He said, when the economy is down, successful people realize that the money doesn't just disappear in thin air. It just transfers hands. And I said, wait. Oh my gosh, that makes sense. But why was I taught? And I realized my previous philosophy was not serving me well. So sometimes you got to check where your philosophy comes from, because your current reality is based on who you get advice and perspective from, right? So that changed everything for me, because I realized, oh my gosh, I can make more money in a downtime and the money's not disappearing. I have to figure out how to actually make that. And it all involves people that actually become more valuable. So I want to share with you how to be one of those people, because that changed my life. So who is Peter Voog? I don't want to talk too much about me, but I know there's so many people that try to run trainings and give people advice, and they haven't actually been in the trenches or got results. So I want to share a tiny bit about my story. I don't like talking about myself, but this is me at 17 years old. This is my first 9-to-5 job and working valet at a casino, right? This is where I'm from, Florence, Oregon, 6,000 something people. And I shouldn't be successful in my head. In my eyes, I should be working a 9-to-5. I wasn't supposed to succeed, right? Nobody around me had money. My mom was just starting out trying to make it in real estate. My dad was doing construction. If you would have bet me that I was even going to make six figures, I would have laughed in your face. I knew nobody that made money, and everyone around me had 9-to-5 jobs. I had so much energy. But I felt lost. I didn't really know what the internet was. So I couldn't really do anything on the internet. I felt judged. I was struggling confidence wise. I had big dreams, but everybody told me to be realistic, that I had to go to college. I was too young. I didn't have enough experience. And if you hear something enough, you start to believe it, right? I was dead broke. I was discouraged. I was frustrated. I had no clue what direction to take. I always blame my past, where I was from, my age, my company, the economy. But once I started taking 100% responsibility, everything changed. But I learned a couple principles, and I started only taking opinions from people I respected, and my life started to change. So how do you go from a 17-year-old kid that's lost and confused to being 28 and having being a 3 times best-selling author, created 6 or 7 different income streams online, 9 different income streams online, and then 13 off. Now it's close to 15. Trained over 11,000 entrepreneurs personally. My book is frequently on the cover of Audible with Tony Robbins and Dale Carnegie. And this is me speaking in Dubai in 2016. I've been featured in a lot of publications. I'm not going to talk too much about that. This is some of the articles that have came out. This was last year. Peter Voog is one of the top 20 entrepreneurs to watch in 2020. This article got millions of views, and it blew my mind how crazy it was. This is us being in Forbes 3 times. I've also been speaking all around the world next to people like Gary Vaynerchuk and some of the biggest names: Les Brown, Brendan Burchard, Mel Robbins, Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank. This is me speaking in Mexico. This is me speaking in Cabo San Lucas. This is our 6 months of 6 figures course that actually over 40,000 people have taken my 6 months of 6 figures course as well. So it's been crazy, right? This was a mind boggle, because Entrepreneur Magazine was a magazine that got me through my toughest times in college when I felt like an outcast. I would read Entrepreneur Magazine and it would make me kind of feel normal, right? So to be featured in Entrepreneur Magazine was a dream come true. My grandma actually bought 3 copies, and she still has this magazine in her house in Oregon. So when I go to Oregon, I see the magazine in her house and I always laugh. But now I've been quoted by Forbes and Entrepreneur. So it's crazy what can happen. So who is Peter Voog? Well, I've been making money online since 2013. I failed the first 2.5 years, but we've done 6+ million in the last 4 years. And I've been obsessed more than money. I've been obsessed with lifestyle and freedom, because I really don't like someone else telling me what to do or what I'm worth, right? I've helped others make millions online, and I've made every failure in the book. I've felt discouraged. I felt stuck, confused. I've tried everything possible. It took me 2.5 years to make anything, right? But I want to cut your learning curve in half. So when I thought about myself, I didn't want to show these numbers to you. When I thought about others' opinions, I didn't want to show these numbers to you. But when I thought about what was best for you to reassure you that you're in the right spot, I wanted to put up some actual numbers from our dashboard, okay? So just so you see that what we're doing, we're actually right now making money in multiple different areas. I want to show you the back end so you can see this, so you know you're in the right spot. We've been doing this for years. That's why I want to help you. There's just so many frauds out there and people that are just BSing that haven't actually got results. We have got results. So this was October 1st for the year. We were at 300,000 in 2020. Now this is just one payment processing. This is just Infusionsoft, but this is by March, we hit that goal already in 2021. This was by May, we were at almost 500. And now June, we're at almost 620,000. Plus there's $180,000 of royalty. This is PayPal, 123,000 thus far. And then with credit card, this is 153,000. We also have our authorized.net account. There's many different ways to collect payment processing. We use multiple ways. This is from ClickFunnels. We've done 250,000 in ClickFunnels the last 12 months. And this is the last 3 years of Infusionsoft. This is a couple months old, I believe, $3 million. So almost $1 million, right, for the year. So we are qualified to share some of these things. I'm going to give you the steps on how to get started and just make, how many of you guys would like to just make a couple grand a month? Raise your hand. What would it be like to make $2,000 extra a month on top of your other income? What would it be like to make maybe $5,000 a month? I didn't make $620,000 in 6 months from one platform when I started, right? But I don't want you to go through all the headache that I did. Here's my business partner and some of the numbers that we've done. 782,000 in sales in 1 month, 1.4 million, right? In 1 year, 4.6 million in 1 year. So how do you view making money online? How do you feel seeing others crushing it? This is a big question, right? What goes through your mind when you see me put up those numbers? What goes through your mind when you see people making millions of dollars online with massive freedom? There's enough success for everybody to win, but your view on making money online determines how well you'll do. Are you thinking, I can't believe this kid's making this kind of money? That's not fair. I work so hard. Or are you thinking, I can't wait to make this kind of money so I can finally have some freedom for my family? You will never be successful if you base your past, if you base your future off your past, right? How do you view new opportunities? You see, you must be sold on the importance of making money online and realize the shift has already happened. So it used to be like, you had to be ready for the shift. You got to make the shift online. Now it's already happening. You have to be already thinking about making money online. Okay. So let me share some of the biggest benefits so I can help you understand the power of making money online. This is the importance of it. First, it's not attached to your time. Imagine being able to get paid off of your intelligence and value, not just your time. Imagine having no ceiling to how much money you can make. You see, I remember, well, I'll share the story in a second. Imagine having the freedom to do what you want, when you want, on your terms. Imagine being able to attract people from all over the world, but doing it when you want. Imagine traveling to your favorite places and making money while you're traveling. Imagine not having to dread coming back to work at the end of your travel, right? Imagine waking up when you want, working when you know you're the most creative, and have the most willpower. Some people work best at night, some in the morning, but when you have a 9 to 5, it's hard to work when you want because you work when you have to, right? So reasons come first, results come second. The reason I share this with you is you have to have reasons of why you want to make money online. You can't be jealous of others and think that there's not much money to be made because there's more than ever. And you have to have reasons of why you want to quit your job or why you want to start an online business. That has to happen first, right? So for me, this is me at 19, still stressed out, discouraged. I'm looking happy on the outside, but I don't know what I want to do in life. I'm super confused. I knew I wanted something different. I knew I didn't want the normal route of 9 to 5. I'm from a small town, so I don't have a lot of confidence. My small town was keeping me small-minded, but here's what happened. My reasons kept piling up. So I didn't like others telling me what to do. Now, these could be different for you, but the reason this is the first thing I'm talking about is you have to pile up reasons or you're never going to make it happen, right? I didn't like people telling me what to do or what I was worth. I hated that I had to ask permission to go to the bathroom or permission to take a day off to go to a family event or a family wedding. I didn't like the feeling of that. I didn't like having a ceiling because that demotivated me. I remember adding up my income when I was working at the valeting cars. It was $705 an hour. I remember adding up 705 times 40 hours a week minus taxes times 4 weeks times 3 months because I was going to work in the summer. And I realized no matter how hard I worked or what I did, I was going to make the same amount. And it totally demotivated me. I didn't like not having choices. I didn't like being stressed about getting an appetizer. I didn't like having stress about not being able to afford or buy certain things. I did not like that feeling. I never enjoyed vacations because the last couple of days of the vacation, I was always so stressed thinking about coming back and being part of reality and going back to the job I didn't like that I never enjoyed. I didn't enjoy vacations for years because of that. Right now, my life's a vacation, right? I also had trouble sleeping because I knew I was built for more and made for more. So if you kind of lay in bed at night thinking about ways to escape the rat race and make money online, I trust me, I've been there. I know exactly how you feel, and I've felt the same way. And what I found is when you open your mind up to new opportunities, they present themselves to you, but you have to be willing to bet on yourself. And as I grew older, my reasons evolved. Right now, I have a wife and a son named Santana, who's now 19, 20 months now, which is crazy, right? And they're my biggest motivations. I don't want him to see me at a job where someone else tells me what I'm worth, right? There's me and Santana right there. There's Santana. But we have a new addition to the family. There's Sienna. She's now 6 or 7 weeks old, right? So your reasons will eventually evolve. But I want to talk about first why I failed. Okay, why I failed. I tried to do everything myself. When I was getting into online business, I tried to do everything on my own. And I was overwhelmed, I was stressed, I was frustrated, and I realized that the figure it out mentality is one of the top reasons most never reach the $1 million mark, right? I also failed because I was taking too many opinions. I was taking advice from every single direction. I was listening to audiobooks. I was reading different books. I was watching videos. I was listening to everyone that I talked to. Half of them didn't even have the lifestyle I wanted. So I realized I had to only take advice from people that I would trade places with because this crowds your judgment. I also thought I had to be techie. You can build a website. You can build a website that looks like $1 million for $97 now. You don't need to be techie at all, but that held me back because I thought I had to be technologically savvy. Now, why I succeeded? Simple. I found a proven roadmap. I changed my mentality and I elevated who I was around. That's it. So I found a roadmap. I changed my mentality. I elevated who I was around. So people always ask me, it's crazy how these people, 21, 22-year-olds are making millions. I'm saying this very clearly. Age has become irrelevant. It's not about age anymore or experience. It's about having a roadmap. It's about changing your mentality, and it's about elevating who you're around. So this is why a 19-year-old can make millions, because it's not that difficult to find a roadmap that works. I want to give you one today. It's not that difficult to elevate your mentality when you have the actual information. And it's not that difficult to elevate who you're around now that we have the internet, right? So let's dive into the 8 most lucrative and proven side hustles. Are you guys ready to dive into the meat and potatoes and learn some of the best side hustles? Let's do it. I need some water. All right. Now, I want to talk about my favorites, but I realize that these all have the same formula for success. Okay. So I'm going to share each one and then I'll give you the formula. First, coaching and mentorship. This industry has, now this is not me guessing or hoping. This is based on a lot of research and a lot of due diligence in the last year. This is a $1 billion industry. This is the ability to help someone else. Teachers, mentors, trainers, instructors, all coaches. Just a couple weeks ago, I was at a coffee shop. Okay. I saw a lady meet with 2 different kids and they were writing things in their journal. I'm not sure what they were talking about, but a kid came while I was there. There was a kid, and then they got up about a half hour later. Another kid came. A parent dropped the kid off and the girl's just talking with them. And I'm curious. So like once the second kid leaves, I'm still working. I go up to the lady. I'm like, hey, I'm just curious. What are you doing? Looks like you're a teacher. She goes, no, I work with younger kids, ages blank to blank. I help kids deal with social anxiety. I said, oh, amazing. So what's the business structure? I kind of acted like I was clueless. She charges $250 to help kids with social anxiety. The parents usually pay for it. And she has 4 kids a week, which is 16 a month at $250. She's making $4K a month. She said she loves it. She quit her job and she's making about $50K a year. She doesn't want to get any bigger. She just wants to live happy. I said, that's amazing. I'm going to use that in, in one of my trainings. So that's as simple as it is. If you have a skill that you can help someone else at, coaching and mentorship. Number 2, mastermind and virtual workshops. Okay, this is big online. Bringing in other high-level experts to bounce ideas off of. You can gather, you can be the facilitator, or you can be the one providing value. You can build yourself multiple mastermind groups. You can form some inside your industry or outside your industry. This could be about teaching a language, a new language. This could be about raising confident kids, how to read quicker. We have someone in our previous mastermind named David who makes over $250,000 a year teaching people how to fly a drone. Teaching people how to fly a drone. That's it. Photography for your brand, wedding, right? You could do wedding photography, company for families, teaching people how to use IG or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook ads. Maybe you teach people how to create snippets or swipe ups or use reels on IG, how to knit, how to garden, growing your own food, health and fitness. I mean, group trainings, meal plans. Really, the possibilities are endless, right? So you can create workshops online and charge people. Purposeful sales. This is big right now. So what I mean by that is sales that mean something to you. A lot of people say, I'm not good at sales. No, you just haven't found something you're passionate about. If you're passionate about it, you don't need to sell it, right? Sales that of things that people need, not just want, right? Solar, windows, maybe glass doors. I sold knives when I was 19 or 20, right? Real estate, insurance. You can sell other people's high-end courses. If someone has a course you like, you can ask if they have a program and you can sell it for them. I partnered with Tony Robbins 2 years ago and we sold almost $100,000 of his courses in a couple of days and I split it with him, right? So let's talk about courses or challenges. Challenges is putting out a challenge, a 7-day challenge, the 10-day challenge, the 30-day challenge, right? You can put out challenges. Now, this could be for anything you want. A course is something you create once and sell over and over again. Knowledge is power. And if you have a specialized knowledge, it's worth a significant amount to people. All you have to do is be on chapter 2 if someone's on chapter 1. Whatever you're the best at, teach people how to succeed at that or solve a problem they have. Okay, online courses or challenges. And you can create courses on everything I talked about earlier. Teach a language. I would pay, me and Kayla looked for about 2 months to find a Spanish tutor that would come to our house to tutor me in Spanish because we want to learn Spanish. We're like 30% there. We would pay thousands of dollars a month for someone to come to our house and teach us Spanish. Thousands. So I know if we would pay thousands, other people would. Imagine teaching someone Spanish and being in the LA or San Diego area, and you get 4 people that would pay you $3K a month. That's $12K a month times 12. That's $144,000 a year. Even divided by 2, you only get a couple clients. You're still making 70 grand a year, but you have to figure out the skill, right? So understand there's so many different options. E-commerce, drop shipping, selling on Amazon, right? I mean, I'm not going to talk too much detail about this because there's information out there, but this is a very big industry and there's ways to get in if you find the proven roadmap of other people that are doing it, right? We have a kid in our mastermind, Greg and Milad, who are doing millions a month with this and they're in their 20s. Here's a big one, the convenience model, okay? Figuring out a problem, choosing a niche and then solving a problem. So in the pandemic, okay, teaching kids on Zoom, because the school was out, maybe babysitting multiple kids. Okay. Maybe running a babysitting center, teaching entrepreneur classes to students, so here's a cool example. When we were in Vegas 2 years ago, my wife was playing poker and there's not much healthy food at casinos. there's really no vegetarian or vegan options. And a lot of people these days are becoming healthier. So the demand for healthy food, casinos can't keep up with it. So there was a girl that brings vegan food to tableside. She brings you vegan food. She gives you a menu. It's online. You pick, and then she brings you vegan food at the table. It was expensive, but with the right target audience, they'll pay a ton. She was making a killing, just making food and bringing it to people. Okay. I know a guy that makes 5K. Now I think it's up to 7K a month. He just offers to redo Airbnb. I'm giving you guys ideas. You guys can take these and run, right? I've had people tell me when I told them this, they did it and now they're making money. So we have a guy that's making about 7K a month now, offering to redo Airbnb pictures in their area and letting them know they'll redo them all and their copy, because it increases their conversion and it increases the percentage of people that stay at their Airbnb. If you ever looked on Airbnb, half the houses have the worst pictures, like someone took it from a 1982 camera, right? Blurry, bad angles, stuff's messed up. He just redoes their pictures and I think he charges a couple $100, right? But he does it free first and then offers multiple real estate avenues. There's wholesale. You can buy and sell. You can raise money for other people and get a percentage. You can do rentals, fix and flips, all kinds. And then, of course, one of my favorites, cryptocurrency, which we'll talk about in a second, and Forex. People are making a killing with that. And they don't just make a killing when the market's up. They make even more of a killing when it's down. So once again, it's just having a proven roadmap. One of the reasons I personally like cryptocurrency, which I'll share, is because it's so needed. It's money for the people. This isn't a training promoting crypto. Okay. But I want to share why I like it and why it's helping people escape the rat race. First, the technology is proven, it's needed, and it's unhackable. You can send money to anywhere in the world in seconds with no fee, right? It's pretty crazy. Some of the world's brightest minds use it and invest in it. Over 40% of all money printed in the U.S. history of the U.S. was printed the last 2 years. So Bitcoin only has 21 million total. So the value can only go up over time. And I can't stand someone else controlling my money. This is innovation without permission. This is no middleman, right? I love freedom, which is why I first got into crypto and got attracted to it in 2017. Bitcoin, I feel like, is money for the people. And there's 6.5 billion people who don't have access to bank accounts. This bridges that gap, right? It bridges the gap. Freedom to send, global censorship, and you can send money to other countries if you use certain apps now or certain places. What's the place that's in like Walgreens and stuff? I can't remember what it's called. It's like that Western Union. They charge like 10% to people that already don't have much money, right? And it's now legal tender in El Salvador. So in El Salvador, Bitcoin is their first currency. So it's continuing to be adopted, and it's pretty crazy. I want to share with you my top favorite 6 crypto projects, just because I said I would, and I don't really share this unless it's with our inner circle. Obviously, this isn't financial advice, but for you guys that are into crypto, I want to share my top 6 and why. Bitcoin's obvious. Ethereum's obvious. They inked a pretty big partnership with Chase and some other big brands. Cardano, ADA, VeChain, VET, Solana, SOL, and Polymatic. Some of you guys probably have heard of these. These are my favorite that I feel have the most upside. Okay, here's what I look for when investing. Okay, the people involved, the intelligence and the pedigree of people. So if you want to do your own research, this is what I look for. The people involved, the pedigree of the people that started the project. Partnerships and projects that are working on, total in circulation, and if they're creating any more. How big of a problem does it solve? And then I talk to the 5 most successful people I know that also like the project, and I ask them why, and I also play devil's advocate. And after doing all of that, these are the 6 that hands down I like. Obviously, it's not investing advice, but these have a lot of upside. Now, here's what you must realize, okay? Here's what I've learned. The avenue of which you want to make money is secondary to understanding the purpose of business. And this is why when someone teaches these things, when they teach crypto, when they teach coaching or masterminds or Forex, and they forget to teach the actual system on how to use it or make money, I laugh, because they're not actually teaching people how to make money. They're just teaching avenues. I want to teach you avenues and the actual way to make money. Okay. So the 3-step process to making real money online, turn that into freedom and lifestyle. First, the untold secret, number one, you have to shift from complexity to simplicity. Okay, you have to simplify, right? You have to simplify of what matters to you. There's too much noise out there. There's too much noise in the marketplace, okay? So the number one mistake I see people when they're starting an online business is they're trying to sell themselves and their expertise. Well, they're trying to get credibility. They're trying to pay for credibility. They're trying to do all these things that don't matter. And they're not selling the solution or outcome to the prospect's problem or desire. Okay, the marketplace doesn't respond because you want something. This took me years to figure out. The first 2 years I was thinking, I think people want this. I'm going to create this because I think people want it. And I wouldn't sell anything. I think is not how you make money online. Thinking I needed a lot of experience. Then I remembered when I used to sell things on eBay. I was younger. I sold things on eBay. But because everyone around me said it was not a real job and I had to get a real job, I quit doing that. But I remember making a profit of $91 one day. Okay. And eBay didn't care if I was 15 or 75 years old. My customer did not care if I was 15 or 75. I remember running a sales team when I was 23. Most of the people I interviewed were older than me. I didn't sell my expertise or what results I got. I sold them on the opportunity to build a life on their terms and financial freedom. People care what you can do for them, not what you've done. So stop thinking you need 50 years of experience. You don't. Another key is understanding the purpose of business. Okay, I went to a $10,000 seminar in 2012 and it changed my life. And I want to give you pretty much the entire seminar was catered to this one idea. And it took 10 grand of my money to figure it out. But it changed my life. And once you learn this, you won't believe how clear things get. The whole purpose of business, all business, is just to create a raving fan. The best businesses have the most raving fans. That's it. So if you don't have a thriving business, you don't have enough raving fans. It's as simple as that. So you need more raving fans. Here's how you create them. First, people are followers. With whatever you do, you got to create some followers. This is posting content, retweeting something, sharing something online, making a Facebook post inspiring. Followers don't buy anything. I know a lot of people who have millions of followers, but they have no money or make no money because they don't know how to turn them into actual raving fans. To turn followers into supporters, you got to be consistent. Once you're consistently creating content, then you turn them into supporters, right? You're relevant. You're on different platforms. It's 2021, 22, 23. You have to be online, right? If you want to turn them into believers, you have to be fully authentic, congruent, and you have to be consistent in the marketplace. You have to show them that you're the real deal and you know how to get them results. But the only way to turn someone from a believer to a raving fan, remember, the raving fan is the purpose of business. You want to make millions, create a lot of raving fans. The only way to create a raving fan is one thing. You actually get somebody a result. You're providing better value than most people pay for. Someone lost 5 pounds because of you. They increased their bottom line. They made an extra 5K a month. They built a relationship. They actually quit their corporate job. When you actually give people results, when you shift their emotional frequency and you help them live better, you'll create a raving fan that will buy whatever from you. Right? So that's what you have to understand, the mentality. That's the purpose of business. Whatever you got to do to create a raving fan, do that. How I found the best way to do that is to create a tribe online. And the mistake I see here is this: people ask for something before adding any real value. If you're asking people for something without adding any real value, you're going to be left stressed and frustrated. That's like going to a bank and asking for money without giving them any money in return or without opening a bank account. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to make a withdrawal without anything in there. So one of the best ways to start building a tribe is post and promote free content. Remember, the likelihood of the marketplace responding because you want something is zero. So you got to claim and pick your topic. What are you good at? What do you know that others don't? What's something you've studied or enjoy? Where are you a couple steps ahead of other people? Start creating content. You can inspire, you can entertain, you can educate. You can document your journey. You can do day in the life. If you just say, hey, I'm going to document, I'm broke, I'm stressed right now. I'm going to document making my first 1,000 online with you guys so you can be a part of it. People love being a part of the journey. People relate to your struggles more than they relate to your successes. So I remember being really down bad when I was broke and stressed. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment in Tacoma, Washington. I didn't even have a box spring, just a mattress. I didn't have enough money to go to the drive-thru. I was stressed. I didn't have choices. I would fall asleep stressed every night. If you've ever been in that situation, you instantly relate to me. But I've also been able to work so hard and so diligently for my family that I can fly my family private. So I've been in both angles, right? So I documented that. You can do tactics, teach them certain things, challenges. You can share other people's inspiring content, right? Let me give you a real world example. So this is Maverick, someone in one of our programs. Hey, game changers. I just got my first client signed up just from the consistent free trainings I've been posting regularly on the various social platforms. Peter always preaches that consistency pays off, right? Well, my client followed me for a while on YouTube, then on Instagram, then finally decided I was legit and I was serious about helping and serving my followers. So he DM'd me via LinkedIn and asked if I offer one-on-one mentorship. And he asked if he could discuss options and pricing. 10 minutes later, he tells me he's all in for a $2,000 package. I am thrilled. How many of you guys would like $2,000 extra for the month? That's 24 grand for the year. Do that 3 times. That's 6K. That's 12 for 36,000, right? Just extra for adding value. You get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. If you're not very valuable, you don't make much money. So here's my philosophy. Give away your best content at the beginning. Make it a point to give away better content than most pay and charge thousands for. This forces you to level up and create even better content. So it's a win-win situation. And one of the biggest keys is understanding your customers are marketing geniuses. So this is Josh. He said, I got my first sale of my course today. I haven't even launched it, but I wanted someone to test it and make sure everything was working too. I put a post up for a couple hours and had many people eager to buy. I selected one and hopefully some of the rest will join on my webinar on Tuesday. This is online money. Creating raving fans by adding value. Okay. Secret number 3. This is the ultimate weapon because you're elevating your circle of influence. And your circle of influence is the single most important aspect of your growth and results. Your network instantly improves your positioning. And here's the crazy part. When you network, okay, this is when you have the proven roadmap. So what I mean by that is, think about this. So for me, I got in direct sales at a very early age. I didn't know what I was doing. I was failing until I had a network of people that gave me a proven roadmap to follow that raised my standards. I was 20, 22, 23 years old. I saw a 25-year-old get a $40,000 bonus and buy his second house. I had never knew that was possible till I got around higher level people. I wanted to get paid to speak on stage, but of course, being from a small town, I never thought that was even possible. I had no clue what to do, and I didn't have anyone around me that has spoken. Okay. And other people were telling me I had to speak 500 times for free first, but Grant Cardone actually took a liking to me early on. I reached out to him and he actually got me my first paid speaking gig because I reached out and I wanted to talk to people that have already been speaking, and one followed up. I wanted to become an author. I didn't know how to become an author. Okay. I joined a mastermind filled with authors and I got the exact roadmap. I wanted to be a writer for Entrepreneur Forbes. Didn't know how to do it. I reached out to people that were already writing for Entrepreneur Forbes and they gave me the exact roadmap. I followed it. I've now written for Entrepreneur and Forbes. I wanted to make money online while traveling because I love the feeling of working from anywhere. I didn't know how. I reached out to people that were already doing it. I paid for a specific mastermind. I got the roadmap. Investing in real estate, same thing. I wanted to invest in real estate and make 6 figures in passive income. No idea how I was going to do it. And somebody that I knew that I met in a mastermind helped me get involved in something called the Passive Income Club, which charges $32,000 a year to join, but I got in free because of my connection. Now I've invested in 7 or 8 properties with them. Investing in real estate overseas, didn't know how to do it. Met someone at one of our workshops. His uncle lived in Playa del Carmen. He hooked me up with some property in Tulum, and now I invest overseas. creating courses and masterminds, same thing. Every single thing I want, crypto, same thing. I met someone in Tokyo when I was there that helped me invest. And now we've made multiple six figures in crypto the last couple of years. So here's the crazy thing that I want to share. You don't need to figure it out when you have the right network. Your network instantly improves your positioning, and this is 50% of the battle. When you position yourself correctly, you don't need to prospect. Positioning means better leads, more targeted, be more selective, higher prices. And you guys had the top goals that you share with me in the email. Top goals were make more money in less time, and you didn't want to be attached to your time, okay? In short, you wanted to make more money with less effort from one practice. Well, this is the $20 million P90X secret I learned from Tony Horton. When I interviewed him, he was talking about how P90X was failing. They almost went bankrupt. They spent all their money. They could not figure out marketing. They were in the same position as me where they had a vision, they had a product, but they didn't know how to get it out there. He said one thing changed. This one thing they did changed everything. So now they're the best selling fitness DVD of all time. All they did is put out one picture. And people were banging down the door to buy their DVDs. So if you help, what did I say? The ultimate key to business is raving fans. This kid is a raving fan because he actually got a result. How many customers or people have you helped? How many testimonials do you have out? My first millionaire mentor told me a smart person learns from their mistakes, as all successful people do. But those wanting world-class results learn from other people's mistakes so they can shorten the learning curve and not make the same ones. So the top goals, make more money in less time, all from one practice. So remember my failures. I tried to do everything myself. I didn't bet on myself or invest in myself. And I thought I had to be tech savvy. And this cost me a lot of time, a lot more stress, and I got worse results. Right now, here's the truth that most people don't tell you about. No matter how good the systems, the mechanics, the how-to information is, if you don't have this one final piece, nothing will happen for you. This is something that we don't naturally have. So what's the difference between the 95% and the 5%? It's not intelligence, motivation, or having a big vision, because everyone has a big vision. The most important element to creating a life and income you desire is execution. Okay, so execution. Do you guys mind if I give you a quick bonus lesson on execution? Just because I want you guys to be action takers, right? Okay, cool. Execution is what takes everything I've shared with you today and makes it possible to have success. It's the only thing that produces real results, the most important element for creating the life and income you dream of. Unfortunately, it's the hardest thing to consistently do. So how do you become the 1% and finally master execution? Well, here are the 4 critical elements of effective execution. Number 1, simplify. When you get rid of all the noise, when you have a proven roadmap, when you know what you want, it becomes easier. When you have clarity, which I want to help you with, it's easier to take action. How you simplify is you prioritize what's most important to you. Is building a life on your terms and making money online on the back burner or something you don't really care about, then you'll never make it happen. Because if you have 1% doubt, you're going to take that doubt. But if you understand the shift and you understand how much money is being made and that you don't need to have experience and you can be from a super small town, you can have a rough past, you can not be tech savvy and still make it, then you'll prioritize this to be number 1, right? You have to sell yourself on it. If you can sell yourself, write down all the reasons why you want to make money online, it becomes easier to execute because you've already sold yourself, right? So remember that. And 4, support. This is one of the biggest. You got to have support, a support system that actually holds you accountable and holds you to high standards, right? This is why this is so critical. Without the proper support system in place, you'll find excuses not to take action. You'll get distracted and pulled off your path. You'll be stopped when challenges arise and won't have the mental fortitude to push through. And worst of all, you'll start focusing on the wrong actions, right? You'll constantly fool yourself. I remember doing this too. You'll consistently fool yourself into thinking you're progressing forward, but you're just being busy. And a year from now, you'll be in the same place you are today, or sometimes worse. So the formula for massive success is proven systems and strategies plus the right support. Proven systems and strategies plus. Oh, by the way, guys, hang out at the end. I'm going to do Q&A. So we're just going to kind of hang out together. I'll answer any question you have as well, but I want to get through this. How many of you guys are getting value so far? Raise your hand if you've gotten something you're going to take with you and use. Linda, I love it. Patrick, Christ, Gus, Ugo, a lot of you guys, Chad, Peter, Mike, Matt, Colby, CJ, Justin, Angela, Alicia, God, I love it. Michelle. So all of that equals leverage and freedom. When you have a network of people, when you have a roadmap, you start to have leverage where you can do what you want on your terms. And I'll tell you, nothing is more fulfilling to me. One of the biggest reasons I got into the internet was to have freedom to travel. This is me and my girlfriend at the time, now wife, traveling the world, Costa Rica, Puerto Vallarta, Tulum, that's going to Vegas, and doing it on our terms, not being stressed the last couple of days that I have to go back to reality because I made my reality something I don't want to escape from. Then it went to the next level, flying private, going to Mykonos, bringing my mom along with me, paying for her trip, right? And then it got even crazier. Now I have kids. Now I'm doing it for them. You always got to have reasons, right? Kayla got pregnant again. This is Santana, our firstborn. Now he's 20 months. Here's Santana at Disneyland. His little chubby face. And this is him now. This was about a month ago. He's growing like crazy, which is insane. This is our family in Wyoming. And of course, now we have a new addition, Sienna. This is why you do it. You have to think ahead of how you want to live and the lifestyle you want to build. Real freedom is priceless. Real peace of mind is priceless. And what I've realized that if you build $1 million business, but you don't have a lifestyle you're inspired by, you did it all wrong. Let me give you a real world example. And once again, it does not matter if you're 17 or 80. This is Josh. He was 17 at this case study. He's now 18. I believe he might be 19 because it's been a year. He's a high school student from New Zealand. He had no network, lack of direction. He was making about $1,700 a month just from pure hustle. Okay. He made the decision that he wanted to change. He shifted his perspective. He invested in himself. He followed our proven system. He positioned himself correctly. He executed. And within 90 days, he went up to $10,000 per month. He was making more than his teachers. He said it was hard to pay attention in class, right? So let's recap. Lesson 1, shift from complexity to simplicity and understand the purpose of business. Stop trying to do it all yourself. Step 2, start creating content online and create some raving fans. You should have content online. Doesn't matter what age you are, where you live. It's not about you. People say, I feel bad on camera. I look weird. I don't know what to say. I. It's not about you. You got to get off yourself and on purpose. Remember, the whole purpose of business is to create raving fans. Lesson 3, ask your audience what they want. Remember, they're the marketing geniuses, and then you just deliver on what they want. Bonus lesson, invest in yourself and find the best training, guidance, and resources. The only way you're going to create a life and business on your terms is by making money online. There's really no other way anymore, right? Making money online. And if you only make more money when you work more hours, if it only takes your hours, you won't create real freedom. And there's no more excuses left. Look around. The only limitations one has are those they've placed in their own mind. There's so much opportunity. I think, Christy, I saw you on here. So you can share your experience. She texted this in our Game Changers group about a month ago, how she's 39 years old. She works at Walmart. She has a disability, severely deaf. And people told her that she would never make money. She would never have $10,000 saved. She would never be successful because of her disorder. She was able, from the stuff we've taught her, to not just make $15K in a couple of days, but now she's going to make 6 figures. 2021 equals massive opportunities. 2022 equals massive opportunities. But you have to be willing to bet on yourself. So why do all the top achievers in the world invest in themselves? Why do elite entrepreneurs and influencers pay 25, 100K, even $1 million per year? Because with the right guidance, it's a force multiplier that keeps you on track, moving forward towards your goals efficiently and effectively as possible, right? So now you're here watching this training with me. Hopefully you got some value. Okay, hopefully you've got some value. Hopefully you're excited to take some action. You've seen, like, you've shown that you're somewhat committed to success because you're here. You've seen the 3-step process to making money online, and you've seen what you can do when you combine execution with a proven roadmap. You can finally do things you've dreamed of: travel, be with family more, grow and scale your online business, make money not attached to your time, have autonomy and freedom. You can replace stress with peace of mind. There's more opportunity than there ever has been. Yet we've seen more people than ever struggling, hating their work, stressing about money, and they're working too hard for little results. I want you to be one of the people that capitalizes on the opportunities. Now, let me ask you a question. I actually talk pretty fast, and I know the past 50 minutes have been fun and you've learned some stuff, but how many of you guys, be honest here, how many of you guys feel a little bit like this? Raise your hand. Maybe no. Well, I lied. Everyone does. Okay. If I had a way to continue this conversation, would you be interested? How many of you guys would like to get access to kind of an exclusive and proven networking community? And if you don't mind, I put together a unique package for you involving my 6 months to 6 figures course and mastermind, and some very exclusive interviews and trainings I've done that I think could help. Is that cool? It'll make all this stuff kind of easier to execute in your life and business. So now you understand the importance of the right training and making money online. Would you agree it'll dramatically increase your chances of freedom and happiness and fulfillment, right? And not just have the potential to get you to 6 figures, but even 7 figures. And I'm guessing you're here with me. You want another level of success. I'm guessing you have that nagging pull inside you that I did, and you're here for a reason, whether it's to take care of the people around you, whether it's to be one of the people that capitalizes when most struggle, or to create certainty for your future. You're probably someone who knows they need to go online and create another revenue stream, not attached to your time, but you just don't know what actions to take, right? This is exactly why we created the VIP Recession-Proof Package. So if you're someone serious about thriving in the new economy and you're ready to get the proven roadmap, make money online, and create real freedom, this is for you. Now, this isn't for everybody, okay? But let me ask you a question. Do you want to grow your success in online business fast or slow? You see, most people say fast, but they're trying to do everything on their own, and they're trying to study a ton of random stuff online versus finding a proven roadmap, which is taking them very slow, if at all, building their online business. I want to help you implement all these actions consistently so you can start making money online, create consistent, predictable income, and create more certainty in your life. But more importantly, I know, because I've been there, create more freedom for your family. That's really what it's about. So I say I want to make consistent income, predictable income, create more certainty. That's all good. But really, I want more freedom for my family. Really, I get more joy helping people than helping myself, right? Create real financial success and live a life on your terms, your own way. So after working with over 11,000 entrepreneurs personally and investing over 250,000 on personal development myself, spending thousands of hours researching, we created a complete system you need. The all-in-one recession-proof package is the absolute fastest way to go from point A, where you are now, to point B, making money online. It's a system we created. And one of the reasons I'm always investing in myself is because it solidifies and guarantees that I'll have my best year ever, because I have accountability. So here's what you're going to get exactly. I'm excited about this. And then we'll do some Q&A. You're going to get my complete 6 months to 6 figures course. This is a $1997 value. Okay. 43 detailed step-by-step training modules, 6 months to 6 figures complete workbook. So this really helps you have the best 6 months you've ever had, create a business, and really figure out how to make money. It gives you a roadmap to crystal clear clarity, and it's a complete system to help you design your ideal life. So this is $1997. Now, to help you maneuver, you also are going to get mentors every month live to help hold you accountable, because you're going to need to elevate your network quickly. So people like Tim Ferriss and Gary Vaynerchuk and Eric Thomas and Robert Kiyosaki actually has spoken 3 times, Tony Horton 3 times, Brian Tracy once, Eric Thomas, Grant Cardone spoken 3 times. We also had Elon Musk booked, but we'll see if it works out. Randall Pitts, CEO of LiveFit, Shailene Johnson. We've had David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Robert Kiyosaki. So you have millionaire guest speakers to kind of take you by the hand and help you. You're going to learn from the world's most successful people live. Do you think if you learn from other people that have already been there, it'll speed up your learning curve? Speed is the most valuable thing you can have in the new economy, and having people who can anticipate your problems and help you avoid common pitfalls is crucial, right? Access to all previous recordings from the last 7 years, new personal mentors each month, and you get your questions answered in real time. So what you're going to get, and this is usually $297 per month, the complete 6 months of six figures flagship course, the live monthly millionaire guest speakers, all that for $5,561. Now, of course, we won't charge you that, but you're also going to get, because we figured you might have questions. Once you get the best training, once you get the best guidance and the best mentors, now it's time to come together and get all your questions answered so you have absolute clarity. Remember, the most deadly attitude in the world is I'll figure it out myself, or I already know that, right? You get to elevate your network instantly live. You get hot seat calls monthly, get all your questions answered monthly, accountability and mentorship, and you get access to my connections and resources. Okay. This is 1,164. So imagine having millionaire speakers to mentor you and then me to mentor you as well, along with other members. So you get the complete 6 months of six figures flagship course. So you have everything you need to maximize the next 6 months. Imagine where you'll be in the next 6 months. Live millionaire mastermind calls and millionaire speakers. Total value $6,725. Now, a lot of people ask me, I need clarity. I don't know what business to start. What if I don't have a business? When I transitioned out of direct sales into full-time making money online in 2012 and 13, it took me 8 months, almost a year, to figure out how to gain clarity. So I would hire coaches, read a bunch of books. I went through banging my head against the wall, but I figured out a system that helped me figure out exactly what business to start and how to monetize my strengths. So you're going to get the ultimate clarity tool as a bonus, how to figure out your unique ability, how to figure out the best industry for you to get in, how to monetize your strengths and unique ability, step-by-step questions on how to gain clarity, how to quit your job and make your first 1,000 online, exact steps. And this is the ideal program for you just starting out. So this is sold for $997 as well. So you're going to get the 6 months of six figures course, the live monthly training, or live millionaire speakers, and the Q&A sessions, as well as the clarity piece, which is a $7,700 value. Now, we wanted to give you something that was tangible, that focused on internet money. Okay. So you're also going to get our internet money mastery training, our complete positioning versus prospecting training, how to build $1 million brand online from scratch, the exact 10-step process, creating engaging content and leveraging social media to grow your brand, creating lucrative partnerships and affiliates, and then YouTube Secrets Masterclass. Imagine having everything you need to start a business online. So you're going to get complete 6 months, six figures course, live millionaire calls, guest speakers, the live Q&A, mastering self-awareness course, the internet money training mastery package, total value $8,719. Now, we started realizing all of these actually complement each other. So we're going to include our time management breakthrough course, which means if you take this, you'll learn how to manage your time and prioritize, so you know exactly what to focus on first. We want to keep everything simple for you. We just want to give you the tools. It's like a buffet. You can take what you want. You have access 24/7. You now have access to action plans to help maximize your focus and priorities. This will give you step-by-step how to figure out what your time is worth. You get my productivity mastery interview series, 13 proven profit and value maximizers, and a deep dive implementation guide as well. So one more time, here's what you get: the complete 6 months, six figures course. So you have our flagship program, the live mastermind calls and millionaire speakers, the live mastermind Q&A sessions, mastering self-awareness if you're brand new, internet money training package, and the entrepreneur breakthrough masterclass. Total value is $9,316. Now, if all this did was give you access to a network of amazing and like-minded people, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you access to an amazing network of people, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you make an extra 2 to 5K per month, would it be worth it? Just 2K a month. That's 24 grand a year. 5K a month. 60K a year. Would it be worth it? If all this did, if you paid, what did I say that was worth? If you paid the total of 9,316 for the year and it made you 24K for the year, that's 3 times your money, right? What if it made you 60K for the year? That's 6 times your money. If all this did was help you claim just 8 to 10 hours of your freedom back to do what you want, would it be worth it? So you might ask, what's the investment? Well, we have a 1-day mastermind intensive that's 15 grand. I used to do one-on-one coaching. It was $4,000 to $8,000 a month. I don't do that anymore. We have consulting companies that have charged me, that I've charged 10 grand to work with their high performers for 10K a month, that I teach some of the same stuff. We have in-person workshops for 2,500, and I get paid $20,000 to $25,000 for a 60-minute speech. And I used to do 2 or 3 speeches a month. I've also raised my fee. Every kid I have, I'm raising my fee more. Because if you're going to have me leave my house and go away from my family, I'm going to charge more. But I stopped doing most of these and I put all my energy and focus in helping people make money online and brand themselves. So what's the investment? You can try and figure out on your own and spend thousands upon thousands, or hire a consultant for 10,000 plus, right? Or, and for me, I get paid 20 to 30,000 for an hour speech and have turned down 5,000 per month to teach the same content. So how much are you getting it for? Well, it's not the 15, it's not 8,300, it's not 1997, which is just the price for the 6 months of 6 figures course. And it's not $997, which is usually the lowest price we do on a webinar. It's not even the discounted online price for our recession proof we did a while back when the recession hit. For the action takers and those willing to bet on themselves, we're doing a one-time only recession-proof webinar special. Me and my team got together and we figured this is the best time, because not only is there a huge transfer of wealth, there's no better time to finally position yourself online when there's so much opportunity right now. So we wanted to make it affordable for you, but we didn't want to discount the value of it. So you can enroll today for only $197. That's 3 investments. I'm going to put this link up, and we're going to do a contest. So once I put this link up, if you're someone that's excited and serious about it, click on a new browser, click this link, open in a new tab, and you'll be able to check out all the details and join the movement. So peterjvoog.com/go. Or you can save almost $100 and make a one-time investment of $497 if you want to do that, if you're like the pay in full type. So all access to VIP recession-proof package, one-time only special, $497. You got to have some skin in the game. And obviously you want to spend an amount that kind of forces you to execute and level up. We've designed this special where most people make their first 1,000 in the first 30 to 45 days if they follow our system. Now, we have a very important rule in our company. I know this could be a substantial investment for you, right? So I'll tell you what, I want to take away all the risk, and I want to guarantee in a way that you know it's the right choice for you today. I'm going to put myself out on the line. I think this is one of the best offers in the industry, and no one ever touches the level of comprehensive, relevant, tactical, and deep dive content, mixed it with millionaire training. So if you don't fly out the gate and spend the first week really crushing it and seeing results and feeling your confidence rise, your clarity rise, email our team and they'll send you back full refund, no questions asked. Look, I don't want to waste your time. I've been through a lot of tragic things. I've been broke. I've been discouraged. I've been through a lot of programs that don't work. And our team has a very important philosophy we live by. If we can't make you money, then we don't deserve yours. I hope you understand. This isn't for me. This isn't about me. This is about you at this point. And this will not shift my life one iota if you buy, but I promise it will shift yours. This could be the one thing that you've been waiting for. And if you're looking for a sign, this is it. But you have to take action, and I'll help you push yourself over the edge, but you got to have a leap of faith. And by the way, this is why I gave this guarantee, because there's so many bad programs. And if you're skeptical, I get it. Trust me. I was like that. And There's a lot of programs that were threw together last week. This has been the last 8 years of dedication and research and science and due diligence and trial and error. And once again, we designed it to make your money back in the first 30 to 60 days. And that's when the program was actually a higher price. Now it's been cut down to only $497. This is the best way to absolutely solidify a breakthrough the next 12 months and start turning your uncertainty into confidence. Look, time's going to go by anyways, right? You might as well turn your time into results and success. The next 6 months could change the entire trajectory of your life, but I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. And the reason I've personally spent over $250,000 in myself and masterminds and programs like this is because I know things come up. I know I don't always feel like working. I know I have emotions that go up and down in business. But if you're part of a movement and a family that holds you accountable, you're guaranteeing and solidifying the best year ever, right? So let me go through some real people with the real experiences, real results, and real breakthroughs, okay? Because I think this will help you guys. So this is Edward. He talks about after going through 6 months of six figures, the course back in December, I began reaching out to mentors, people playing the game at a higher level than me. Within a month, I had 2 6-figure mentors and a multiple 7-figure mentor. Fast forward today, my income is literally 10x where I am now, making 6 figures per year, 10K per month. He was 23 years old at the time of writing this. This is Liz Cox, who's now in our inner circle. Since starting my own business, I went from working 70 hours a week to working just 20 or 30. Best of all, I'm now making more money than ever. I love the energy Peter brings every single day. It's incredible. I get inspired and fueled knowing he intensely cares about my success and knowing he is deeply committed to helping me achieve my goals. This is Grant. I guarantee it's going to put results in your life. Follow these principles and great things happen. I know we did. And it took one of our businesses from $5K a month to $250K a month. Now we're building a new salon and making influential partners in our area. Follow suggestions, do what he says. His principles work. So imagine taking your business from $5K a month to $250K a month. If you can't wrap your head around $250K a month, I get it. I'm from a small town. That sounds like $1 billion to me. But now I'm seeing this everywhere. It's more possible than ever. It's not easy, but it's simple if you have a proven roadmap, right? Just keep that in mind. petervoog.com/go. All right, let me make sure you can hear the sound. Here we go. So this is a great story from someone who was very confused and didn't have any clarity to following the 6 months of 6 figures roadmap and making more money than he's ever made. I wanted to share this with you because it's inspiring.
Yo, what's up, Peter and team? My name is Brian Ostermiller. I just wanted to take a second and really just send you a quick testimonial and thank you for doing what you do and being who you are. 2 years ago, I was in college and really stressed out because I had no direction. I wasn't quite in this online marketing world yet, and I didn't really know what to do. Everybody around me just kept telling me to stay in college and stick it out, but I was depressed and miserable. And Peter was one of the very first people that I came across on Instagram that was preaching about entrepreneurship and talking about how we can do things differently. And he was really the first person I started listening to and who opened my mind to different possibilities, right? Like I'm sure a lot of you have felt like you're in a position where you're just stuck and everybody around you is telling you to stick to the status quo. And Peter was the first person who really enlightened me that I don't have to do that and that there was a different way that I could go about doing things. So I ordered his book, 6 months to 6 figures, read the book, and at first I didn't quite grasp it. I had to read it a few times. And now, 2 years later, I'm out of college. I quit my corporate job that I got after college, and now I have an online marketing company. And not only, let's see if I can show this to you just so I can show you how legit it is. Not only am I doing 6 figures a year, but we're actually doing, let's see if you can see this, over 6 figures a month. So this is our Stripe account. You can see if I refresh it. In the last 4 weeks, we've done $120,000. The 4 weeks before that, we did 92. So hopefully that wasn't too blurry. But honestly, Peter, I think it would have taken me a long time to get to a place mentally where I felt comfortable breaking out and stepping out and doing something different. So if any of you are on the fence and you feel like you're stuck, I think Peter's an excellent person to listen to and to follow and to take advice from. So thank you for all you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep crushing it. Much love. Peace.
So put yourself in his shoes where you're confused, you're frustrated, and you find a roadmap. Like I said, everything that I've achieved is from following a proven roadmap. So seeing him make that kind of income is inspiring for me because he followed the roadmap that I actually had. Every success has a roadmap to follow. Here's Hannah, who's someone, obviously a different industry that also was struggling and was able to double her business just from the breakthroughs in this program.
In May, and since then I've crushed it this year, and my business has made over $100,000 more than we made last year. So if you're nervous about investing in yourself, especially as a young female entrepreneur, what you have to understand is it's super intimidating being around all these men that are killing it. But the biggest thing that you can do to make sure that you're on that same level is to invest in yourself at the same level. Stop downplaying your skills and your mindset to try to match where everyone else is. Get to that next level on your own, and investing in yourself, it's going to pay you back 10 times more than that.
Imagine doing 100K more than you did last year, right? So the most common struggles we've seen: inconsistent and unpredictable income, fear and uncertainty around leaving their job, and then lacking real confidence and scared for the future, uncertainty, right? And there's no support system or guidance. So what the VIP recession movement does is it maximizes your income online consistently with a proven step-by-step roadmap. It helps you gain absolute clarity and develop unstoppable confidence, and gives you a solid support network plus accountability. So how much would it be worth to you in the next 5 years if you could create clarity and build a system online that makes you money in your lifetime? How much would that be worth? I hope it's worth more than 197, right? So why go through all the trouble to figure it out on your own when you can just model exactly what I did to create millions of dollars in sales and profits while building a life and a business on my terms? I will take you by the hand and show you exactly what I did. So if you go to peterjvoog.com/go, I'm super excited to help you out, take you by the hand. And nothing I've shared with you is theory or hopes or wishes. This is exactly what I've done in my business to generate millions online and create a lifestyle where I do things on my terms. And once again, I get more fulfillment helping other people succeed because I see the struggle out there, right? I've helped thousands of others around the world create a life and business on their terms while deepening their networks. It doesn't matter how much experience you have or what you've done in the past. So you have two options. You can try and figure everything out on your own, right? You could spend thousands of dollars and waste tons of time trying to do it yourself, or you can get the proven roadmap. You can cut your learning curve in half. You can get to your goals much quicker, and you can start making real money online. And once again, there's a 100% results guarantee, so there's zero risk. The only real risk is inaction. Okay. Also, we have a deal set up with PayPal, okay, where they can actually finance this whole deal for you. You can get access, not pay anything for 6 months. And by that time, you won't even be thinking about 197, right? Or 497. So you can use PayPal as well. So the VIP Recession-Proof Package, get it for, I think it's 92% off. And you might be thinking, is this relevant to my business? It's really relevant to anybody wanting to either take their online business to the next level and grow their current business, or someone who wants to start a business because they're sick of what they're doing. And you might be thinking, this doesn't apply to me. Well, if you join, you actually get a blueprint. It's called Getting to Know Yourself. And it's in the clarity section where it actually gives you exactly step-by-step how to start from scratch. That's worth the price of admission as well. And it doesn't matter what you've done in your past. Liz, who you saw, owned a bookkeeping company. Okay, we've had law firm, we've had e-commerce kids, we've had kids that have no experience that have been able to create 6 figures from their own ideas. We've had Gavin and Justin do door-to-door sales, 22-year-olds. One was 22, one was 24. One's making 20K a month, one's making 30K a month, right? We've had network marketers who knew nobody become 6 and 7 figure earners. Mark, who I'll show you in a second, does health and wellness coaching. He was able to quit his job and replace his entire income with his health job, right? So what you're going to get, complete 6 months of 6 figures flagship course, with just that alone is $19.97. Millionaire guest speaker. So once you have the flagship course, if you have questions on the course, you can ask multimillionaires. And then also we have a Q&A session every month that you can ask questions to. You then get the Internet Money Mastery Package, to be able to get clarity on how to start an online business. If you're new, you get the Mastering Self-Awareness and Monetizing Your Strengths course. You get the Entrepreneur Productivity Masterclass to help you manage your time so you can be more efficient. And then you get my connections, resources, and experience working for you. Total value, $9,316. But if you go to peterjvug.com/go, this offer will not last long, and it's going to go back up to full price, or you have to buy things individually, which is still a great deal, but why not get 90% off? This is only going to go till Tuesday at midnight, okay? Good news, it gets even better. I call this the no excuses, no brainer special. I want to do something extra special for you, okay? I call this the no excuses, no brainer special. Get some bonuses. So when the recession hit last March, a while ago, I interviewed 12 of the world's most successful people on the planet. People that I really respect, Robert Kiyosaki, and people like David Goggins and Mel Robbins and Lewis Howes and Ryan Blair and Patrick Bet-David and Benjamin Schooley, and people that have done millions. And I focused on, these are the questions I asked them. What do you do right now to prepare for the next stages of your life and business? Where are the rich investing their money for maximum returns during a down market? What are the best ways to capitalize on what's happening right now and make real money? What are the best and most proven side hustles, in your opinion, for those who have never made money online? How do you ethically sell and run a business as normal when the world's in a state of panic? So I asked 12 of the most successful people I know. We did private Zoom calls, video, one-on-one, and they let me give those to you. So you also have access to 12 very exclusive, never before seen, they're not online, they're not on YouTube, interviews. This is $19.97, but worth a lot more. So if you really want to master and be on top of this recession and really protect your family and get the resources, these interviews will blow your mind. You also, I'm going to include that as well, people to take action. Also, we have something called the Internet Money Movement, a crypto group. Okay, you get crypto mastery sessions, the foundation, how to master the game of crypto. You get a private Telegram group of 5 crypto millionaire experts. You get new millionaire and billionaire crypto experts monthly. The person we had last month actually just met with the president of El Salvador and was one of the people that brought Bitcoin to El Salvador. Pretty crazy. You get our real-time trades, what we're buying, how to buy, when to sell, and you get to meet other game changers and ask questions live. This group has been going crazy the last year. People are making a killing, right? Total value is $997 for the year. If it were to continue linear over the year, 2000 January, we're turning to 35,000 in December, right? 30 plus each month to get the final number. Not financial advice. Whatever you can budget for investing will pay off in the next few months. I have grown my portfolio from 35K in November of last year into 160K plus from my own experience with crypto and the support of the inner circle. This is someone, I believe, that was 23 years old. The beginning of the year, I had to start all over again with 1K. 4 months later, about to reach 6 figures and hopefully 7-figure end of the year. Would like to stay part of the community. I will stay active. 4 months to 6 figures, just the beginning, 10x from here. 97. Imagine having $97,000 saved. It's happening, and it's going to keep happening. But I want it to be you. But of course, like I said, I can't want the success for you more than you want it for yourself. Another account that we created that has over 6 figures in it as well. Our inner circle is not to be taken lightly. I profited $26,000 in a week from an $18,000 investment from a coin most of us invested in within our group. You're the man. I will try not to live with any regrets, but the one I struggle with is not elevating my circle of influence sooner. But like you say, man, can't live in the past. So F it. I'm here now. 1 month of crypto investing, I made 16K. Thank you, brother, for the guidance. 16K in a month, right? And like he said, the one struggle he has is regretting he should have done things sooner. So don't be that one person that wishes in 6 months or a year, you would have bet on yourself 6 months or a year ago, right? So you're going to get the 6 months to 6 figures complete flagship course. Now, a ton of you guys are joining, so I wanted to read your guys' names, but we can possibly do that later. So all you guys that are joining, much respect to you. I'm excited to take you by the hand, excited to help you grow. So you get the 6 months to 6 figures course, the millionaire guest speakers, the live Q&A, Internet Money Mastery Training Package, the Entrepreneur Breakthrough Productivity Masterclass, the Self-Awareness course, the Elite Perspective Interview Series, and the Internet Money Crypto Group. 12,607, all for a 90-something% off discount of $497 one time or $197 times 3. Try it out. Try it out for $197. See if you like it. See if you get value, right? All-in-one recession-proof package. You get all of these things just to help you. So here's what to do next. Open a new browser. Go to peterjvoog.com and enroll. Check your email instantly for login info. Watch the welcome and the framework video right away. It'll tell you exactly where to start. It'll give you a blueprint, and the confidence you have having a blueprint that no one else has, that kind of gives you a competitive advantage in the society is the most powerful feeling you can have. It's almost, you almost feel like you're on a different level because you have a blueprint no one else has. Download the 6 months of 6 figures implementation guide and get ready for mastery module 1. So for any of you that still have a 9-to-5 job, okay, for any of you guys that still have a 9-to-5 job, this is Mark, who's from a super small town in Canada, and he was making 6 figures in his corporate job, but just didn't like it. He was so sick of it. He didn't like showing up every day. He was missing time with his kids, and he wanted to make money on his terms. So joining the program and helping him and giving him guidance, he was able to quit his 6-figure job last year and replace his income with online money. So I want to share this. This is pretty inspiring.
Been following Peter for about 5 years now, and I saw the possibility of maybe one day doing my passion full time. And throughout the years, as I kept going, kept chipping away, I was making $15,000 a year on the side while making 6 figures at my job. And slowly, as I started doing personal development, inner circles, I went from 15 grand to 50 to this year I'm going to do over 6 figures and replacing that income for my full-time job. You know, so a lot of people that have full-time jobs really think that there's no way out of that full-time job. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way. Find something that you love doing and chase it until you actually reach your dreams. Yeah, so when I started talking about quitting my job and leaving my 6-figure income, people thought I was crazy. You know, it's a guaranteed salary for life, and why would you risk it? You know, I'm 41 years old. When you turn 40, people just assume, okay, this is my career, this is what I'm gonna do for the next 30 years. I'm gonna make my 6 figures, have a decent house, go on a vacation once a year. I was taking 2 weeks of vacation a year for the last 12 years. Now I can go where I want, when I want. You know, right now we're in Beverly Hills for this Inner Circle event, and the only reason I can do that is because I have my own business.
I get so excited because it used to be like you have to have a 9-to-5 job, but now it's more possible than ever to escape the rat race. How long have you been thinking about starting your own business? How long have you been thinking about quitting your job? How long have you been thinking about creating a life on your terms? Imagine learning from the world's most successful people on the planet. There's not a trick in people being successful and those that are broke. It's just one's willing to change and bet on themselves, and one has the excuse, right? They're always playing victim. The only question is, what will your story be? GameChangersMovement.com/go. I want to welcome Ollie. You didn't put your last name. Much respect. Welcome Tyson Bird. Welcome Matt Larson. Welcome Matt Fitzgerald, I believe. Welcome Pablo Cabrera. Welcome Jeffrey Clare. Welcome Callan Shane. Welcome Ariana Vicky. Welcome Mike. Can't say the last name. Spaghetterini. It's an interesting last name. Hold on. Welcome Joseph Gutierrez. I'm fired up for you guys. So here's the deal, guys. The one thing that holds most people back, and there's a lot more of you guys. I'll try to get your names in a second. Welcome ZN Neversley. Welcome. The number one thing that holds most people back, then I'll answer your questions, from what I've seen the last 15 years, is they never tell themselves right now matters. They're always like, someday. They live on someday I'll. Someday I'll invest in myself. Someday I'll build a business online. Someday I'll have freedom. Not right now, but someday. And they live on someday I'll. And you know who they live on someday I'll with? Other people that are on someday I'll. that also complain about never doing it now. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you're going to be waiting a very long time. You create the ideal time based on your decision and based on what you want. So this is the time, right? Now matters more than ever. Most people spend the first half of their life saying they're too young and the second half saying they're too old. Now matters more than ever. So this is for you. If your bank account doesn't match your ambition, this is not for everybody. Okay. Success is not for everybody, right? Now, here's the deal. If I ask 100 people if they're going to succeed the next 6 months, all 100 hands go up. Oh, of course. But if you fast forward 6 months, 95 out of the 100, okay, are where they were before or in a worse position. And 5 are succeeding because most people love talking, but no one wants to invest in themselves. So we want to find the people that feel like their bank account doesn't match their ambition. We want to find people that really are sick of having someone else tell them what they're worth, or they're working too hard for too little money. This is for you if you need clarity and a proven roadmap to follow. If you have a proven roadmap and you have clarity, you don't need this, right? If you want more predictable and consistent income, this is for you. If you want real flexibility, freedom, and an inspiring lifestyle, this is for you. peterjvoog.com/go. And the number one question I've gotten in the last year in terms of like people reaching out is, how do I inspire others? Like, I want to be an influencer. I want to make money online. I want to build raving fans. How do I inspire people? How do I inspire my mom, my friend, my brother, my son, my sister, my daughter, my dad, my significant other? Here's the answer. You don't. You live your best life. You practice what you preach. You walk the walk. If you walk the walk, you don't need to talk the talk. The best way to inspire others is to live your best life, is to invest in yourself, is to bet on yourself, is to actually build an inspiring lifestyle. That's how you inspire others, right? That's the best way to inspire others, is to actually build a great online business, to travel the world, right? To show people what you're capable of. So peterjvoog.com/go. And one more thing. Can you picture kind of in your mind, welcome Hakil Mitchell. Let me keep going. Okay, I'm going to keep reading you guys in a second. Can you picture and imagine someone in your head that you know has made a lot of money as an entrepreneur? Maybe have the lifestyle you desire. Can you picture and imagine that person? Think about someone you know that succeeded in business or life. Okay. Can you also picture someone who is struggling? Maybe they've tried entrepreneurship and sales. Maybe they lost everything. Picture someone like that. Now, my question is, why is there such a disparity? Why are some making millions, or just 6 figures at least, and some failing and losing everything? Is it A, lack of opportunity, or is it B, lack of knowledge and network? What do you think? Let me know. Is it lack of opportunity, or is it lack of knowledge and network? Yeah, that's why knowledge and networking is so important. That's why the society allows 18-year-olds to make $1 million and people that are 40 to be broke. Because it doesn't matter what your age is anymore. It matters if you're willing to bet on yourself. People would rather spend money on entertainment versus things that change their life. They'd rather spend money on clothes or sporting events or TVs or cars or material things than something that changes their life. And that's why they stay broke. It blows my mind the things people spend money on that don't actually help their future, right? That's why I'm so passionate about helping people and getting them to level up their life and their business. And someone said a while back, like, is there any way you can do it cheaper or do it for free? I mean, I don't want to limit the value because it's so high value. But I remember when I started out, I was so big on helping people that I said I wanted to create these things and just give them away for free. So if it was up to me, I'd give this for free. But one of my mentors that I'll never forget, he said, that's the worst thing you can do, because you're not going to attract you're going to attract the people that want things for free that aren't going to take any action. You want people that get their skin in the game. You'll attract higher level people that have a better chance of executing, and it's worth more subconsciously when you pay. When you pay attention, right? And it's worth more because they have their skin in the game. So that's why it's important that you get your skin in the game, okay? So there's just some common questions that I've gotten. Is this relevant to my business? I kind of already asked that. If you want your business to be online, it is relevant. Is this good if I'm just starting? I would have killed to have something like this just starting out. This is the best place to start because there's a whole section focused on helping you figure out what industry to get into and how to find your unique ability. Right? I don't have the time. Well, that should be the number one reason you join, is if you don't have the time. If you only make more money when you work more hours, you have a high paying job and you don't have freedom. So if you don't have, so right now, if you're working a lot and you don't have the time, you should be making a couple $1 million a year, because you don't want someone to pay you to give up on your dreams. And if they are paying you to give up on your dreams, it better be a lot of money. So if you don't have the time, then that's why you need this even more, to claim some of your freedom back, right? And then, can I do this later? The answer is yes, but it'll be back up to full price and you have to buy everything separately, which is still fine. It's still going to be a great value, but you just have to pay 90% more, right? And some people might think it's a lot of money. It costs nothing if you think in terms of abundance and you think in terms of ROI. There's actually a huge return on investment. And the best way to maximize the next 6 months is to bet on yourself, because this is a return on your time, a return on your income, and a return on your peace of mind, which in my eyes is priceless, right? So I'm excited for you guys. We're going to do some Q&A, and then I can share some of the other income ways I've made money just because I said I would. Welcome, Elaine. You guys in your last, okay, Deani. Thank you for putting in parentheses. Fujigami. I love it. Oh, Corvallis, Oregon. I used to go to basketball camp at Eddie Payne at Oregon State University. Crazy, such a small world. Welcome, Jocelyn. Welcome, Arset. I'm just going to say first names. Welcome, Jabaria. Welcome, Eric B. Love it. You guys are taking action. So questions. I got a question from Horace. I believe you just sent me a question. I don't know where it went. Oh, there we go. Gus. What was your first breakthrough, Peter, after those 2.5 years of not making money? The first breakthrough that changed my life was the marketplace doesn't care what you think. So my breakthrough was, I used to just think that people wanted stuff. So I was creating things based on what I thought the market wanted. The marketplace doesn't care what you want. The likelihood of the marketplace responding because you want something is obsolete. You have to ask them what they want. I was never asking. I was just creating. I was studying a bunch of free stuff online and just trying to create stuff that people wanted, but I didn't actually do any market research. That was one of my biggest first breakthroughs. The second breakthrough I had was evolved around networking, because for me, I was always trying to figure out everything myself, and I would bang my head against the wall so many times because I couldn't find the answer. I didn't know how to build a website. I didn't know how to hook up the merchant processing. I didn't know how to figure out the credit card. But once I learned that you don't have to have the answer, your network does, it changed everything. So those are my two big breakthroughs. Like I talked about, is I'd like right now, any question or any problem I have in my business, it's one phone call away. I just talk to my network and I get the answer. So you want to be, this is kind of like elevating your network overnight. This is like buying your network and cutting your learning curve in half, which is why it's so smart and such an intelligent move. Because the second you get into this, in this family, in this movement, you now have a network of people that can help you with your problems. Right? So that was a big, big breakthrough of mine. Any other questions, guys? I'm super fired up and excited. I love helping people kind of position themselves and make money online. And there's going to be so many people looking for things online to buy, and so many people needing what you have, that you want to be, when all this goes down in the next year or two, you want to already be positioned online. So there's no time to waste. There's no time to waste for those that want to make an impact and those that want to build a real business online. And even if you don't buy, I hope you got some value. I've been trying, I want to give you value that you can use even if you don't join, right? Let me see if there's any questions. Here we go. Breakthrough. This offer, Gus, is open till Tuesday. Did you say the price your student charges for taking pictures of Airbnb? I don't know exactly what he charges. He does it for free first, Lois. He does it for free to show that he can do it. The best way to get in with someone is say, hey, let me do it for free. Let me show you what I can do. If you can show people value and results first, oh my gosh, you're going to make millions. So you want to master a skill, figure out a skill, give it for free. And then once they get some value and results, then say, hey, I have to charge now. And they usually say, okay. All right. I don't know what he charges, but I don't think it's a lot. He just has a lot of clients. So you can take the route where you charge like $200 per client, or you could take the route where you have higher end clients and you charge $1,000 a client or $5,000 a client. It just depends on what you're delivering. Do you recommend to put your values aside while building your lifestyle, or do you consider them before building it? I would always keep your values intact, but what your priorities are, like the order of your values will change. For example, when I was dead broke, one of my top values was making money because I had none. Now I turn down $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. I mean, all the time. I've turned down $20,000 for a speech, and I've given a free speech in LA to inner city kids because I love working with those people because I had such a big experience with them when I lived in Tacoma. Right. So my values now are family first. So if something interferes with my family, I'm not taking it. So money is like number 3 or 4 now. Financial freedom is there. So I don't need money, which is a great feeling. Like I said earlier, this is something where it's purely for you. Whether 1,000 people join or 0 people join, nothing changes. Right. So for me. So that's why it's important to have your values intact before you do this. So you don't sound like you're hungry or you need business. Hungry salespeople starve. So Ugo, I would just figure out what stage you're at in your business right now. Figure out what stage you're at. Okay. If you have no money, putting wealth and money first would be a priority. That might not be your values, but it's something important if you value lifestyle. Right. So you just got to kind of know what stage you're at in your business, right? And then when you have what's important, you measure everything against that. So for example, now one of my big values is peace of mind. So when something comes across my desk, when something enters my inbox and it goes to my assistant, I ask, is this going to contribute to my peace of mind or contaminate my peace of mind? Is this going to contribute to my freedom or contaminate my freedom? If it contaminates my freedom, I don't want to do it. Right? When my value is money, is this going to contribute to my income or contaminate it? And I still take things on, of course, that make money. Like there's partnerships I do that pay well, that I don't always love doing, but I take it because one of my values is financial freedom for my family. You just got to kind of figure out what stage you're at. What advice do you have for super young people like myself as far as where to start and what I should prioritize? I would just test a couple different things. I would find 4 or 5 people that do what you want to do or that have a lifestyle you want to emulate and just study them and join their courses. Like invest in yourself as much as you can. You're young, but also realize that I know kids your age that are making $1 million a year. So don't play the I'm too young. Don't play that. It's not about age. I would just you have a lot of time to test things. I would test different things, but it's the same thing for whether you're 18 or 50. Elevate your network, get around higher level people. Another thing I would tell you at 18 is always lead the majority. Don't become the majority. Most people become the majority because they fear what people think and they always want to fit in. Don't become the majority, lead the majority. That'll be a huge game changer for you. This course would change your life too at your age. What habits did you develop to keep you going when facing mentally challenging times without affecting your emotional intelligence? Well, it still did affect my emotional stuff sometimes. I have a ritual that I institute or that I have when I'm down. And you have to admit when you're at the top, you'll be back on the bottom. And you have to admit when you're at the bottom, you'll be back on top. So for me, when I'm not in the zone or I'm stressed out or I'm frustrated, I figure out why. Number one, usually it's a lack of results, right? Usually stress is a lack of results. So you just got to kind of work more intelligently. But for me, I call a mentor. So I have a system where if I don't feel like I'm where I need to be, I always have like 3 or 4 things I do. I clear my mind. I focus on what I'm grateful for. I call someone playing the game at a higher level than me. And then I look at my strongest reasons, right? And you have to admit it's going to happen. You're not always going to feel like crushing it. So sometimes you got to admit that you'll be back in the zone, even when you're not. Does that make sense? Tony, Karma Coin, I've never really, I haven't done much research. So I can do some research for you. I believe I saw you joined. Hold on. Did you join? I thought I saw your name. No, that was Matt. Matt Fitzpatrick too. Welcome. I don't know about that coin. Any other questions, guys? Well, I appreciate you guys. I hope you got some value. I hope you, oh, you already joined. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Send me some information about it and then I'll let you know. How do you detach yourself from the results to focus on the process without feeling for thy work hard? I got it. Trap. I don't really detach myself from the results because I like results. So I have benchmarks and I have philosophies I live by where I have routines and rituals in place. And then I have, I call them, what do I call them? The growth, systemizing my growth. So before the results, I focus on not letting too much time go by without actually tracking my results and asking myself, why did I not get the results I wanted? So every morning and night, I ask, what am I grateful for? What am I committed to making happen today? At night, what did I do well today? What's my plan tomorrow? Every week, Sundays for an hour, I review my week, what I did well, what results I got, what I didn't get, why not, what can I change? I invest my past experience into my future preparation. Every month for 2 hours, I plan the month, look at my previous month. So I don't really detach from results. I just make sure I don't let too much time go by without checking. It's the main thing. Let me go through that. Since you guys stayed on, there's still a lot of you guys on right now. Much respect. I'm going to go through some of these income things. So this is the ways I've made money the last couple of years. Coaching and mentorship, of course, great way to start. Masterminds and workshops, international public speaker, books on Audible and Amazon. I've done an entrepreneur's journal that did well. We have a clothing line called Young Ambition. I've done multiple courses, 6M6F, Entrepreneur Breakthrough, 6-Figure Author. We have the Game Changers Academy, which is higher level. We have partnerships, affiliates. We have certain things that we've done in the past where we have like deals with partners where we promote them like twice a year and we make a percentage off of them. I promote their courses and their programs. Social media partnerships. I've done partnerships with Sony and Bose and LG and Uber and Marriott for my social media. Real estate. We've done a lot of real estate investing, angel investing. I've done e-commerce. I've invested in Pier 1 when they went online. I've invested in a lot of different online platforms. And then hard money loans where I've loaned out money to people and they pay me a percentage back, right? So I'll loan out 200K and they'll pay me 12%, 20% back per month. You have to obviously have a promissory note and things like that, but we can help you with that. And then cryptocurrency, we've done really well too. So this is just 14 ways, but I'm telling you, if I could tell you anything before I leave, it's don't let your previous philosophies affect your future success. I know firsthand, being from a small town, my small town was holding me back. You would not believe, because I was just thinking so small. I had to get around higher level people to understand what was really out there. Now I've seen people make $1 million in a month. So if you're struggling and you don't have the money you want, someone said they don't have 197 and someone else makes $1 million in a month, something's wrong. You have to do something different. You have to figure out why. And it starts with your mentality. It starts with who you're around, and it starts with investing back in yourself. Think about it logically. What else would you invest in than yourself? It doesn't have to be this. Forget this. Just in general, you should 10, 20% of your money always should be back in yourself, educating your mind, your perspective, your intelligence, developing new skills, right? Because if you develop skills are weapons in this new economy. So I want to help you with that. So I'm passionate because I love what I do and I love helping people, but you got to be able to help yourself too, right? So much respect. I hope you guys got some value. I hope you learned something. I hope you take with you at least 1 or 2 things you're going to take action on, right? Keep me posted. Let me know if you see results, and I'd love for you to share those with me. If you're online, you can post your IG below and have some people follow you. We'll create some some groups from this actual chat. If you have any IGs, my IG is Peter J. Voog. You can follow me. I'm on there a lot. And anyone else that has IG, post your comment below or post your handle below and people can follow you. Cool. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. And we will talk to you guys soon. See ya.